Okay, so I have a Medeco 6-pin biaxial Mortise cylinder here, and Lockhack recently subscribed to my channel, has a Picking for Good challenge going on right now. I think it's a good charity that he's trying to do for either WHO or your local food bank, so go check that out. But I picked this lock because Rook Knight last night I watched one of his videos and he got into a 6-pin, so it made me feel like I want to record the 6-pin. I think I have a video on the 5-pin earlier, but this one's got another pin, so it's way more complicated. So to reset it, usually you just pull the key out, but you can also rake it a little, get all the rotations on the pins all messed up. And then I like to go counterclockwise. I don't know if it's easier or harder, but for me it's easier in that the hard part for me is getting the rotation on the pins. So by going counterclockwise, I engage the sidebar first, and then go for the rotation picks. So what you can tell is that first one is stuck. It's not. If I glide over the pin, I can feel it like springy or bouncing a little bit if it's got the right rotation, but this one is solid, so I know I need to rotate this first pin somewhere until I get this. You can hear that. So that one's bouncing, so I know that one's got good rotation. Second one already seems to have good rotation. Third pin. And I let go of the tension to rotate it, and then I put the tension on to check. I got that, I think. Fourth one's good. Fifth one. Huh. Seems okay, but sixth one's not going. One's rotation's funny. Okay, I think I got the sixth. Fifth one maybe I didn't really have. It seems to be stuck again. They kind of have a binding order too, so I have to check them all again after I feel like I got them. This fifth one is not rotating or something. And the fifth one is okay, but the sixth one's gone again. Alright, let's check. Reset, make sure that anything that's pushed up this shear is reset. This first one again, second. Third one's really low, so it's kind of tricky. Sixth one. What was the sixth one? This one giving me a hard time on the rotation. I'm not 100% sure about the rotation, but maybe. Let's give it a try. Let them all drop down again. And one was very squishy on the 3. Oh, 3 already feels set. 4. Click out of 4. 5 now. 6. Click out of 6. 5 now. Click at the beginning. 1. 2. Click out of 2. 1 again. No. 3. No, 4, 5, 6. So I feel like I got everything up to its shear line, so something's holding me up. It must be rotation. So I think, yeah, now I just overset 2. Alright, let me double check the rotation again. I must have missed something on the rotation. 1 is okay. 2 is good. 3 is so low. It's really hard to tell when there's like almost a 0 lift on a pin. I'm not quite sure what to do to tell if that is if that's in the right orientation. You just kind of rotate the pick side to side as you brush against the front or the back of the pin to get them to rotate, because they're the pin is kind of like at the bottom is a straight line perpendicular to the pick direction. So if you push on the right side, it'll turn it to the right, and vice versa. And there's 3 orientations for each pin, either left, right, or center. So at least you only have to try that. You don't have to try like in between angles. You push it all the way extreme right, extreme left, or the tricky one in the center. Actually, the center doesn't seem to be that tricky. You just kind of rub back and forth on the pin and it seems to do what it needs to do. I'm going to get a little bit more aggressive on the pushing of the angle with this pick here. Yeah, the first one keeps seeming to rotate back. Maybe 6 doesn't, I don't know if 6, maybe they're all, so once you get them all rotated to the right way, one of them's going to bind against, you know, and have to be pushed to the shear line, so you can't really tell on the last guy's rotation if you got it or not. Okay, I want to say I got them all except for maybe number 1's binder. Click out of 1. Okay, so number 1 was the binder. Number 2. Is that number 2? That's number 2. Number 2's binding. Binding hard. Wait, why is it counter-rotating? There's no spools in here, so that's interesting. 4, and we're open. Okay, so took a little bit longer than I hoped, but got it open at least. So now let's look inside this thing. Follower. Maybe I should have all this out beforehand. Or maybe I thought I wasn't going to get into it today. Alright, some screws on the back. So let's lock it back up. Is there anything I have to show before? No, I think that's good. Lock it back up. Make sure the key works still. Open it up. Two Phillips head screws, some back plate bits, get a key. The sidebar's on the right, so I'll turn it a little bit to the right so that the driver pins aren't pushing into the sidebar when I'm pushing out. I don't think it matters, but just in case, we'll do that. There you go. Sidebar's there. Take that out. And I do it this way because it's got 2 tiny little springs you don't want to lose. So put that down like that. I almost let the pin spill out there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. I thought I was kidding you guys. Only 5 pins, but there's 6. Right, 6 of those. And these guys, the driver pins. Pin 1. Two is longer. Okay. Oh, it's like it has a mushroom shape to it. So when I felt counter rotation on 2, that's what it was. Huh, I didn't even know that. And I felt counter rotation on 4 as well, so there's another one. That makes sense. I didn't feel it on the others, so they're all standard. Yeah. Huh. Why didn't I know that? I don't know why I didn't know that. And all the springs. Interesting. Okay, well, I felt it, but I was surprised by it, so. Come on, spring. Alright, so there we go. Here are the pins. And these pins, they have, you can see that, they have little like channels in them, and that's what the sidebar goes into. It's got little fingers that go into those little channels. And then this pin up top here stops it from rotating more than that, those 3 spots in here. This core has like a little notch here that pin rotates in. So if you rotate this and your pin doesn't go down when you're reassembling, you just know you got to rotate the pin until that little notch goes into that area. All right, I'll put this back together off camera. Thanks. Bye.